In cybersecurity, there never was just one solution to reduce risk or fix mitigations, but you always need multiple layers of security, so each layer consisting of a different aspect. Software and hardware measures are excellent in catching mass and known threats, but with the advance of AI and also detecting new threats based on known issues. But we can never neglect the human factor as the first, but also the most important line of defense. I often give the example of driving a car. You can make a car very safe to drive with airbags, ABS, and even some measures with automatic street lane detection and object detection. But even with all the advances in self-driving, at least for now, you still need a human who knows how to drive so that a person can react in new or unexpected situations. This is the same for technology and specifically cybersecurity. So therefore, users need to have an awareness that we need them in order to fight cyber threats and crime. So if users know how important they are and how they can help, this can only be our advantage. So give them the knowledge, train them, and users can be your first, last, and often also the best line of defense. Social engineering is an age-old tactic to trick people to do something they actually do not want to do. So users are tricked by communications, emails, phone, SMS or videos pretending to be from trusted parties as banks, colleagues, executives, online payment processors, IT admins, or social websites. So all social engineering attacks have one or more common traits. The scammer will focus on your good nature, so on the human emotions. The criminal will use a false title, a position of authority, for example, someone you would normally trust, a bank manager, social services, a doctor, etc. And they will try to create an urgency, a sense, a time-sensitive situation, which will put you under pressure and to act. They may request urgent information, money, or something similar for their own personal criminal gain. So currently, the most prevalent social engineering attacks we have seen are via email, voice, SMS, and social messaging. Social engineering attempts via email are called email phishing or business email compromise. So even with the constant barrage of emails everyone receives, it's normally not difficult to recognize them. Was the email expected? Is the first question you should ask yourself. Check from whom this email is. Is the sending domain suspicious or are there some obvious misspellings? Many companies also use technology to insert an external email banner warning to indicate that this email is from outside of their own organization. You always should remain suspicious if there is an attachment which asks to enable macros in Office documents mostly. And also be very careful if the email has some information which tries to raise a sense of urgency. You need to do this immediately. This is always a warning sign. Some very similar with phone phishing attempts. So criminal may try to lure victims into handing over valuable information, employee names, title, roles, or anything like this. So they will normally call via the switchboard or directly from an unfamiliar number, claiming to be a fellow colleague or a well-known vendor, third party, and create, again, a sense of urgency with their request. Similar with SMS phishing, people may receive SMS messages with asking for personal information or asking to click on links. This SMS may look legitimate, being from a bank or parcel delivery service or something similar. Always before clicking or replying, check if this SMS was expected and if the link goes to a legitimate website. And of course, keep your mobile phone updated to avoid security exploits. Let's start with something outside of the cyber domain, but still related to safety, specifically health and safety. What we have learned in the last 2 years is that it is important to have an environment at home which enables a safe, healthy, and ergonomical workspace. So this means having sufficient and good lighting, comfortable and ergonomic chair, and the right size desk is much better than sitting on the kitchen table or working from a sofa. But working from home reminded us to also be mindful of who and what is around us when conducting confidential work conversations. So do not discuss confidential information near IoT devices like Alexa or Google Home, in case they may be listening and sending it to their own servers. So collaboration with your team is very important. It is vital when you're working remotely, but make sure to only use company-approved methods for communication. Don't use any personal or social media apps to discuss work-related topics. And of course, the usual advice, upgrade your home network and any personal computers, game consoles, internet-connected TVs, baby monitors, and other IoT devices, and never use a default password. So the security basics also apply at home, or even more at home. Cybersecurity has traditionally been seen as a domain for technology, with an expectation that solutions for cyber resilience has to be provided by IT. And we are happily accepted this challenge and delivered numerous software and hardware solutions, design and development principles, policies, and process controls. However, the most successful cyber attacks in recent time have started with targeting users with phishing emails or other kind of social engineering. And therefore, raising awareness of users' role in increasing cyber resilience is at least as important as providing just a technical solution. So my presentation will be based on a very famous example, real robbery in Berlin in the early 19th century, show how users' awareness can become an important line of defense in cybersecurity.